Hello, welcome to the first devlog of unnamed nuclear power plant social deduction game. I can have an explanation of the game right here, or I can have a shitty paint explanation and do it in half the time. So the game is very simple. You and you and 9 other people, which I'm not going to draw because that's too much work, have to operate a nuclear power plant. Now that probably goes about as well as you would expect it to go, not very much. And your main goal is not to Chernobyl yourselves. Just, don't do this. It's very simple. Don't blow yourself up. Now, that would be very easy, but one person does want this. He is very fond of blowing up a nuclear power plant for some reason. And if that happens, you die. But also, he can make it a radioactive mess. Which, here's my very good radiation icon. And if you become a little bit too radioactive, you will start to develop all sorts of tentacly bits and you become some kind of weird mutant, whatever the fuck. And if you manage to not blow yourself up, you win the game. Which probably will never happen because no one is actually qualified to operate a nuclear power plant. It's something like that. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's fine. Now you might be wondering what I've actually made for the game. Well, I made a gun. So all jokes aside, there's actually more than just a gun in the game. The main mechanic, of course, is radiation, which is the green bar at the top of the screen. The closer I get to something radioactive, the more radiation I'm gonna absorb. And if the bar gets full, I have not made that yet, but you will turn into a mutant and you'll do the mutant things, which just cause chaos. It takes a little bit for the thing to update to its position, so you have some time to react. If the source is behind the wall, you will not absorb radiation, and the further you stand away, the less radiation you'll absorb. And other things, such as the gun, can absorb radiation, which we can see with the Geiger counter. So this one has 1.082 radiation. A full bar is 1, with some calculations how far you're away. So standing next to it mostly is not dangerous because there's fall off. This thing is becoming more and more radioactive now, and this barrel is also radioactive. They can also decay back, so they'll decay if nothing is radiating them. So they're sort of a savior to all the chaos. And you can also put them in the spent fuel pool. And then they are not radioactive, nor will they make other things more radioactive. So that's how you can safely wait for them to decay, so they're safe again to use. So even though they're next to it, they are decaying. And this one is decaying really slowly. This one's a little faster. So the first thing I made was a flashlight, which you can pick up with E is to control to pick up. There's no hint yet, I'll make that. And use basically any object with space or the left mouse button. And you can throw things, which that applies to all objects, the ability to throw them. If you use the flashlight, it will toggle the light, which it's a flashlight, so it shows light. Which right now it's not that helpful because the sun is there. But in a nuclear power plant, if the power were to go out because someone sabotaged everything, it can be quite helpful to see. The next item that I made was the uranium waste barrel, or just the barrel. It doesn't have anything, you can't use this. You can just throw it, roll it at someone, and yeah, that's all it does. It doesn't do a lot. You're supposed to take these waste from the reactor, bring it to the spent fuel pool, like that, where it's safe, and It's not in the reactor, it's not clogging up anything, it's not dangerous anymore. It's just more of a highly radioactive obstacle. Then I made the gun, which is it's very simple. You can shoot it. If you hit something, force will apply to them. So you can see the Geiger count is on the floor. You can knock over the fire extinguisher by shooting it. You can give the barrel more speed by just shooting it constantly. Shooting something will use stamina, so that's the blue bar. Sprinting will use stamina, and that's right now main things. You have unlimited ammo. Spent casings fly all over the place. They disappear if you don't look at them. And that's basically how the gun works. It's very simple. It just works like a gun. You point the thing and you shoot. So the next item is the Geiger counter, which functions like a Geiger counter and doesn't make noises yet because I haven't made the audio. But you can see how radioactive something is. You can see the light on the thing change, which will also predict where the bar will around about end if the animation is completed, which will go from green to orange to red when it gets really spicy. And of course it won't detect things from behind the wall, just like the player won't get radiated from behind the wall. Then we have the key cards. There are 4 in total, 4 colors, and there are 4 keycard scanners. So the keycard corresponds to the keycard scanner. It will activate. If you use the wrong color, it will not activate. Which this can allow you to open certain things, like this gun safe. There's a gun in it for shooting people. And other things, such as this door over here. So you can scan the keycard, open the door, scan the keycard, you'll close the door. If you scan the wrong keycard with this door, it will also close, and if you stand in the way of the door, it will open again. And the final thing is we have a fire extinguisher and fire. So the fire will spread every so often, right, like that. The fire will become bigger and bigger, as fire does, and you can use the fire extinguisher to put it out. Like this, and there's no more fire. It's very simple. It's a fire extinguisher. It does fire extinguisher things. As you can see, so far I've only made usable items, and for next devlog I'm going to try to make multiplayer, which will be fun. And if you somehow found this in the algorithm and watched it all the way to the end, you deserve a sticker. And I want your feedback on a lot of the things, the ideas, how the game looks, and on the gameplay. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.